Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. And now comes the time to talk about my top 10 2010's horror movies. This list went through a bit of a change. Not completely, a little bit different. I believe 4 movies got taken out. 5. And one of them's not even in my honorable mentions anymore. I'll get to it. So, again, back when I did this list, not a lot of movies that I know. I didn't know a lot of horror movies at the time. I know a lot more now. So my number 10 back then was The Babadook. That's not even my honorable mention anymore because I've watched that movie since. I like it, don't get me wrong. Kid is so fucking annoying. And the ending is so confusing, it makes my head hurt. But number 9 was Get Out. Also not on my honorable mentions, but it should be. It should be on my honorable mentions. That's a good movie. Number 8 was A Quiet Place. Number 7 was Mama. Number 6 was Hereditary. Number 5 was Oculus. Number 4 was Ready or Not. Number 3 was Happy Death Day. Number 2 was Insidious. Number 1 was The Conjuring. I had both James Wan movies at number 2, 1 and 2. But yeah, so let's go ahead and start talking about my currently favorite. All right, Get Out on here. I'm not going to go get the DVD, but I'm right on my minutes. So number 10 is going to be Oculus. Directed by Mike Flanagan. I was the David Gordon Green. Mike Flanagan, one of his early films that he did. Not his earliest, but produced by WWE Studios, which baffles me. This movie, I love this movie. Okay? It's this mirror called the Lasser Glass. And when these two kids' parents, they bring it, and dad brings it to the house, something came with it. And the whole incident happens, and many years later, now the adult daughter, played by Karen Gillan, and brings the adult son, or brother, played by Brenton Thwaites, in to take out this mirror once and for all. And James Lafferty from One Tree Hill is in this movie. In one of the very rare movie roles. I don't think he was in many movies, to be honest. But he is. He is not even listed among the cast. To be fair, he barely has any lines in this movie, and he barely has anything to do with it. But he's there. So that's one thing. Number 8. You know that one movie with the cabin in the woods? The Little Dead? No, the one with the cabin in the woods. Can't think of it anymore. Evil Dead 2? No, the one with the cabin in the woods. Oh, a Tucker and Dale versus Evil. No, the one with the cabin is Cabin in the Woods. Well, Tucker and Dale versus Evil should be on this list somewhere, but it's on this one, or I don't remember if it came out, but when it came out, but Cabin in the Woods. Yes, with the merman picture. So I know, before anyone says it, I know that technically this was made in 2009. It didn't come out until 2012, right? 2011. Took 2 years. But I'm going by the year it came out. I think this movie is so smart, right? Because I still remember to this day when I was first watching this. And with the Groby had seen it. I hadn't, so I was watching it. And when Marty shows back up, they're like, one of them survived. Who? And you just see that bong catch the hook. Marty? It's all there, but it surprised the hell out of me. The stoner is the hero, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I love this movie. I'm gonna put it a different way. Okay. Number 8, way down from its number 4 from before. Oculus was also number 5, so they get booted down because it's better movies. Ready or not? Here that comes. Hide and seek. Hide and seek. I forgot to look. Because it is 2019. I was like, ugh. Samara Weaving. Always. But yeah. I guess an honorable mention could be The Babysitter. It's 2017. But with this, like, she's marrying this guy, and his family has a tradition because they made a deal with the devil or Mr. LaBelle, whatever. If they draw to hide and seek, then everything will be fine. And what I don't like about this, because it's gotten to irk me, that they're like, oh, I got this and I got that. Why is it everyone else, all the other kids, get a happy marriage thing, and this one guy who has had a shitty childhood, he just wants to marry this woman? And it's like, if I was him and she pulled out hide and seek, I'd be like, fuck, why me? Why? How come they get to play tiddlywinks and shit, and I get... How come he gets to play Go Fish, and I gotta do the hide and seek? Why? Why me? Why now? You know? Because he's the youngest, and all of his other siblings get to be, well, not happy, but they get to be married and be with the ones they love, and he has to do this. It's kind of bullshit, but I do like the movie. I do like it a lot. I'm just saying, a little rant there. Number 7. Also knocked down from number 3. Now to number 7 is Happy Death Day. Again, I love this movie, but like, I think the sequel... This is another one. Probably shouldn't have a sequel, but I do like the sequel, and I can't wait for them. Okay, so they're working on a third one. Hopefully, my problem, not that they're making one, it's the title. It's right there, and you want to call it Happy Death Day to Us? No, I hit myself in the head. No, it's right there. Happy Death Day Tree. Because you do the to you in the sequel. Happy Death Day Tree, because her name is Tree, and it's the third one. Tree. The pun was right there, and you want to call Happy Death Day to Us. Boo. I like time loop movies, and this is a pretty good one. Now it was where things they change. Because they've been mostly, except for Cabin in the Woods, mostly ones from the last list. Right? Except for Cabin in the Woods. One with a cabin in the woods. So, number 6 is It Follows. I like to slip us like this. It Follows. Now this one, did I talk about this? I couldn't put it in my list of standalones because I'm making a sequel called They Follow. No, just call It Follows Part 2. What? They Follow. Why you gotta be... That's when you don't need to be goofy with the name. Anyway. So it's this girl who hooks up with this guy, and then he, like, drugs her, puts her in a wheelchair, and says, hey, this thing is gonna come after you. No matter where you go, or where you run to, it's gonna come after you. You now have to go have sex with someone else and pass it on to them. And then, if it gets them, it's going to come back for you. It's never going to stop. And if it gets you, it's going to come back for me. And then if you do pass it, you got to tell them to pass it. The whole kind of thing. It's STD Demon. ST Demon. Sort of thing. Made a sequel, I'm interested. Micah Monroe's pretty good. Yeah, the score by Disaster Piece is pretty good. It's a little bit graining, but I like it. But yeah, and you never know. Like, there's someone standing there. Are they this creature, or it, or is it something else? You know, or is it a regular person just standing there, right? Like the ending too, where there's these people walking behind them, but this person walking behind them, but is it? You know. Number 5 is a movie called We Summon the Darkness. Yes. I talked about this in my standalone horror movie, so I'll be brief. But it's 3 women who are going to this metal concert. They meet up with these 3 guys. And I can't really say much. I don't want to spoil it. But like, it's subverts your expectations, what you think is going to happen. And I think it's pretty good. Because you're thinking one thing. I have a review on it. Fuck it. The whole time you're thinking the guys are going to have something that's going on. When it flips and it's the women that are actually the bad ones, except for one of them. But I like that up to you. But yeah, it's a good movie. I like it. This is one of those that I watched on Tubi and it immediately... I'd seen it at Walmart before and looked pretty interesting, but you know, I was not into Dario. I has my interest, so. Alright. Here's one, number 4. Welcome to Grave Encounters. I'm your host, Lance Preston, as always. And tonight, we are looking at this haunted hospital thing. I had it. The Collingwood National Hospital, or whatever. Grave Encounters. Boom. I love this movie. Say it anyway. Found footage. This is one, like, I think I have a found footage top 10, but this just, like, you know, if you're a fan of those found footage movies, this is definitely one of them. I do think though, because when, you know, Marble Hornets came back for that short-lived 5-part Marble Hornets Rosswood. To me, that felt like they were, because the other version was all over the place. But this one, it felt like, oh, we're gonna, because like Crayley in the Real World, he was filming an episode of a show, Crayley in the Real World, and then he went missing when he went to this hospital. It's like, that's what it feels like, especially with like the time dilation. It's always nighttime. It's like they watched Grave Encounters and went, hey, let's do Marble Hornets again, but let's do that. That's what it seemed like, right? Only with the operator or Slender Man, right? Man, that's what it is. And the sequel's fine. I like it. They're rebooting it. All we ever wanted was Grave Encounters 3, right? That's all we ever wanted. For years, they've been saying the 3rd film is in development. And they're like, oh, it's a reboot. That's not what we wanted, goddammit. We want a sequel. Because I know Lance Preston is not goddamn dead, alright? He's in some other... He went through a portal, he's in some kind of other world or something, right? He's stuck in 1992 or something. Because you can't tell me that wasn't a setup for something. Because one of his cameras went with him, right? One of his cameras went with him. So I'm assuming they were setting up something that he was going to be sent to the 60s, or something was going to happen, right? Can't tell me there wasn't set up. Just saying. Alright. Top 4 now. A little round list. Top 3 now. Evil Dead 2013. There's the other list I wasn't doing remakes, but I had to include this. This is my personal favorite of the Evil Dead films. You all know I'm not high on the original film. I'm not. But this one. Oh, this is much like with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one. This gets into gross levels. That's gross. This one is just with the cutting, and she licks the thing, or she's cutting off her arm, or she's stapling herself in the face, or she's stabbing herself in the face, or something like that, right? Oh, she's got the piece of the, right? Yeah, it's brutal, and it's fantastic. Number 2, talk about your gore. And movies that I would have had on my list of standalone horror films, but are finally putting out the sequel to this, Deathgasm. I almost considered making this number 1, but I think one more is still better. This movie is one of those movies where you just gotta yell at the screen, do not read the Latin. I don't listen. It's the black hymn. and they summon zombies. It's heavy metal and zombies. What more do you need? As long as it's not heavy metal and Rob Zombie, then the movie's fine. But yeah, it's from New Zealand. It's got Ziggy from Power Rangers RPM in it, and also she was a Power Ranger, kind of, sorta. Spoilers for Power Ranger Samurai, but yeah. They make a big deal about. I'm gonna go off on Power Ranger Samurai right now. They make a big deal about how Jaden throughout that entire season, 2 seasons actually, because it's Samurai Super Samurai, supposed to be the chosen one. Then like, oh, hey, actually, it's his sister Lauren is the one that's supposed to do it, and then she does butt fuck all, and then Jaden saves the day anyway. So why even put that in there? Anyway, this is a fantastic film. I love it to death. Fuck Zach though. You can go to hell. Oh, and a message to Zoran from Dead Meat. You're counting Giles. He's not dead. So you're going to have to retract that for the sequel when you do it. Because he's in the new one. He's got one arm. He's in the sequel. They showed him in the trailer. I think I even commented on that kill count. Giles is not dead. So, yeah. Honorable mentions now. And these are going to look familiar because they're mostly from the other. Quiet Place. Hereditary. Insidious, the first one. Satanic Panic. It's a pretty good horror movie. It was one of those. I have to watch it again, but it's pretty good. And Mama, and of course Get Out. I wrote down. Number 1 is The Conjuring. It's a clock. It's a clock. It's number 1. It's the clock. The Conjuring. I have the 4K steelbook here. I can't even watch this version. I have Blu-ray and I have the digital up here, but yeah. One day I will get a 4K TV and player, but for now, yes. What can I say about this? I think this is James Wan's best film. I think it's better than Saw. I don't remember what my ranking was when I did them. That might have even been before. I did the horror movies. I didn't do what you call it. The Kevin Bacon one. But yeah, the atmosphere with this, I went to the theater to see this. It's just one of those spooky horror films. Here's an opinion. James Wan, it's just an opinion, it's not a bad one. James Wan should have, what should have happened with this Conjuring series? Let other people do an Annabelle spinoff, or a Nun spinoff, or The Crooked Man, or what the fuck ever. But James Wan should always have directed the Conjuring movies. He did the first 2, he should have done 3, he should have done 4. That should have been the thing. James Wan stays with the Conjuring movies and he delegates others to do the other movies. Right? Because you had a formula. You had 2 really good Conjuring movies, and then James Wan was like, I'm not doing that anymore. And then he'll produce it, but he won't direct it. And that's kind of my issue with him right now is he's becoming John Carpenter, and he has nowhere near the credibility of John Carpenter at this point in his career that John Carpenter does now in his point in his career. Where it's like, yeah, he did some crap, but he still did a lot of good stuff. Whereas James Wan, what did you do? You did Saw, you did the 2 Conjuring movies that are good. Malignant's good. That movie with Kevin Bacon apparently is good. I mean, the Dead Silence, which not a lot of people like. I think it's okay, but not a lot of people like. And then Aquaman, people seem to like. Furious 7, sure. But I don't know. He seems to be delegating stuff. Because he's involved with the Saw franchise now that it's with Blumhouse. Cool. He ain't directing it. I guarantee you he's not directing it. People are like, oh, James Wan's coming back. He ain't directing it. He'll produce it. And hand it off. I swear to God, if they announce new Saw film directed by Michael Chavez, I'm out. Like, I haven't seen a new one. People are laughing. That trailer with the CGI, I just don't get why they do that. But, like, Michael Chavez directed one of the worst movies in the Conjuring franchise. The Curse of La Llorona. And they went, give him more movies. No! Stop! He directed the worst one! Why would you give him more? Put him in a box and ship him to Thailand or some shit. Don't give him no more movies to do. Anyway, back to this. This is James Wan's best film, in my opinion. I'm just saying. So, what are your thoughts on my list? What is your list of top 10 horror movies from 2010s? Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.